channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, Half and Jake family. Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yes.
It's your boy Half.
And your girl Jay.
And we back with another reaction video. All right, y'all, man, we welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
To the channel. Mm-hmm. Let me cover this up real quick and take me and Cindy there. She said I can't show it. Until they start sponsoring it. But anyway, shout out to y'all, man.
Yes, major shout out.
You know what I'm saying, for coming back, checking this out. So, we have been, well, somebody sent this to me, saying that we should react to this. So let them know who we will be reacting to right now.
Andrew Tate, and this is the official trailer movie.
The official trailer movie.
I didn't even know you had a movie.
I never knew we had one either. So I guess that's the reason why y'all sent it to me. So anyway, man, let's get into it. Let's see what Andrew Tate talk about. Man, he can be a very upfront individual, very blunt individual. You know, so this should be pretty interesting right here.
Oh yeah.
So before we get into it, everybody else out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes.
And comment down below, baby. Come and join the squad, man.
You might as well. You might as well. Why not?
Half and Jay.
Right.
Plus, we already kicking off
what?
Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Boom. All right, let's see what Andrew Tate talking about. 13 days before.
I will say this because I say it on every single podcast. If they lock me up for some insane bullshit,
Andrew Tate has been arrested.
I didn't do it.
The Matrix has attacked me.
If I carry on with the trajectory I'm carrying on, they're going to put me in jail. Because I'm too influential. For the people watching at home.
Damn, he was saying this before he got arrested.
Right. Said 13 days before arrest.
And they were saying, he basically saying, like, they arrested me for something, I didn't even do it. Like, they just basically trying to frame me for some shit. You know?
They're going to put me in jail. Because I'm too influential. For the people watching at home, they just need to sit and understand that the system does not make rules for the good of you. It makes rules for the good of the people who make the rules. And a lot of the life paths laid out to the average man at home today is not for their own good. It's only going to lead them to depression and misery.
Do you think you're a force for good?
I absolutely not really know I'm a force for good because I'm a force for truth. And truth is a good thing. Without truth, we're going to end up in absolute tyranny and slavery, and we're already on our way there. I think there's a whole swath of the population, especially young men, that feel disenfranchised. I haven't put a magic spell on the world. The fact that people like what I say means that they agree with me deep inside. They may be afraid to say it themselves, but I am seen as a bastion of free speech and a bastion for masculinity as a whole, because a lot of men are largely forgotten about.
There's no evidence in my files that there's nothing wrong. Everybody knows I'm innocent.
This is a huge injustice the way we see it. They should not be detained at this point. There are not even charges filed against them.
People are trying to set him up to look like he's something that he's not.
Really?
So there was no charges filed against him, but he was already being detained? And where was this at again? Where did it happen at?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Did you hear about him getting arrested and stuff, though?
I heard, something about that, but what was he arrested for?
I can't remember. I know, I want to say it was him and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to misquote anything, so I'm not going to even say what I think that he got arrested for, because I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I think it was him and his brother, though, or something like that got arrested. And I want to say it was out of the country or something like that.
Okay.
Again, I don't, Y'all let us know. Help us out, please.
There are not even charges filed against them.
People are trying to set him up to look like he's something that he's not.
I mean the best for people. I want everyone to be successful. I want the world to be a better place. And I think the world's a better place based on the back of strong men who stand up for what they believe in. I think that's how the world's always been a better place. The Matrix programming says the opposite. They're telling us that to be a better place, all the men need to be weaklings and compassionate without any morals and without any hard lines or beliefs. And they must talk in a very, very soft way. And we need to be very, very compassionate and very, very tolerant and all these things. But if you look at history, the only times things were peaceful and nice is when strong men stood up with their swords and said, no, this is mine and this works this way and no one's going to come fuck with it. I think that masculinity and strength is what makes things beautiful, is what preserves things, and it's what we need more of. This is what's missing from the world. Masculine men have a duty to provide and protect those they care about, where we have a duty to do things we don't feel like doing because we...
So do you think masculinity is missing in the world? Like what he was saying, like basically, like...
Yes.
So you agree with
I
that?
feel, society is, and this is only my opinion,
Right.
I feel society is weakening men, making men more feminine, and I feel it's going to affect our army. I feel, I love a manly man.
Mm-hmm.
I love the toughness. I just love a rough,
Right.
rugged man. I don't see us going shopping together and you helping me pick out my outfits and you'll tell me like, baby, that'll look good on you, or that's fine, but I don't understand what's the urgency of why why the world is making men more
Right.
feminine.
Right.
Is that the agenda to weaken
Right.
our society and
Right.
weaken our army?
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Men have a duty to provide and protect those they care about. We have a duty to do things we don't feel like doing because we know we're supposed to do them. And it's your duty as a man to stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible, and I need to work hard to achieve those things. If you cannot control your own mind, then you are just a feather in the wind of life. Because your own mind is the only thing you can control. You can't control the weather. Right. You can't control other people. You can't even control whether your heart stops beating. You might have a heart attack tomorrow. You can't control anything besides what you think. There's no such thing as too much masculinity if it's genuinely masculine. Genuine masculinity is not out here to hurt people. It's absolutely the opposite. It's out here to protect. And when bad things happen, they call traditionally masculine men. If you need a firefighter, you need a masculine man. When you call the police because of a problem you had, you want masculine men. And as soon as a woman or a man is in trouble, when you look for backup, you look for masculine men. And masculine men have a duty to provide and protect those they care about. We have a duty to do things we don't feel like doing because we know we're supposed to do them. And that's why we stayed in the Titanic and died. And the dangerous thing about overly emotional...
That's real talk, though.
Like when tragedy strikes, you look to a
Masculine
manly man.
Yeah.
Like, it's needed.
Yes.
It's needed. We need protection.
It's much needed.
Yes.
It's much needed.
Like when I was single, staying alone, like I was afraid. I had a house, and it was 4 bedrooms, and I was afraid.
Right.
Because it was dark for one where I lived at, very, very dark, and at night I was scared.
Right.
Because I had to be the protector of my children and myself, and that's scary when people know you're a single woman living on your own. Right. And I feel comfortable with you because I feel safe with you. I sleep when you're allowed in the bed.
Right.
I sleep really good because I feel protected.
Right.
So
that's what's up there. That's what's up. But he was like, we do things that we don't want to do, but we know we're supposed to do them though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth right there, though. Like
we're supposed to do them, and that's why we stayed in the Titanic and died.
Right.
And the dangerous thing about overly emotional men is that they're dangerous. They're genuinely dangerous. This is what's crazy. All these people who talk about toxic masculinity and how bad it is for men to be traditionally masculine. A traditionally masculine man does things he doesn't feel like doing because it is his duty to do them. He charges into the building because it is his duty. Not because he feels like it, because it is his duty. We're now teaching the new generation of men that they don't have duty and they can just act on their feelings and act how they feel, and they don't have to act as a man should. Do you know what happens when you get men who just act how they feel? You get school shooters, you get violence, you get rapists. Men who do not control their emotions are dangerous. If you find a man who is stoic, he's not going to hurt people.
Right.
He's going to sit and think about his actions very carefully, and he's going to be a good man who protects for and provides for his family. You find a man who just acts out on impulse and does whatever he feels like, you're going to find a dangerous man. Sitting here telling men to cry more and act with their feelings, and it's okay to feel this way, that way, etc., and have no self-control. That is why we have the problems we have in the world. Absolutely not wrong. So when they talk about toxic masculinity, they have it completely inverse, on its head, completely not wrong. We need to be teaching stoicism. We need to be teaching young men to understand that the world is very, very difficult. It's hard to be a man. You're going to feel bad sometimes. You just suck it up and perform anyway. Not just sit there and cry your eyes out or blame other people. We live in a comfortable world now where people think, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But you know what? To some degree, it does matter. It does matter, and I'm going to tell you who it matters to. It matters to your soul, and it matters to God. I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work. Start to show God the beauty of his own creations. You'd be amazed how lucky you'll become. Wow. God is unhappy with these people. And inside their hearts, they're unhappy. We talk about depression, anxiety. That comes from self-loathing. You loathe your own weakness. You loathe your own laziness. This is what all of these things are. I don't feel depression. How can I feel depression when I'm the most powerful version of me that I could ever fucking be? How can I feel depression when I could squeeze my own hand hard enough to break my own bones? How can I feel depression when I've smashed and destroyed 68 people's faces in front of me? Men who thought they could test me in fair combat. How can I feel depressed? It's impossible. Do you understand?
I just have a question. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, you know, with society telling men it's okay to, you know, to, like he said, we do need to teach more, you know, teach men, boys in particular, to be more stoic. My question is, so how society is weakening men, mm-hmm. and say there's, you know, you go to war, mm-hmm. and, you know, you see, you know, you grow close with, you know, everyone, you know, that's in your army, mm-hmm. and say someone gets shot and you start crying, like, how how, you know, mm-hmm. how do you...
And I hear what you're saying. You can't show that kind of weakness at that particular time in that situation. Mm-hmm. Because, especially if you're like, let's say, a general, mm-hmm. in that army, in that war.
I mean, I know they go, I know they have training and all of that.
Yeah. Everybody looking at you towards being the leader. Right. Like you said, you can't, you don't have time to grieve, mm-hmm. at that particular time. Right. You know what I'm saying? You have, like you said, you got to keep it going, keep it moving, keep it pushing, because you know it's a duty, it's a task that you got to do. Mm-hmm. Now, once it's all done, said and done, you back in the crib, you know.
Right, you can let it out.
You know what I mean? Then you can kind of like, you start thinking about how shit was in the war. You know what I mean? Like, because that's your brother at the end of the day. But y'all going to war for each other, and y'all sacrificing each other's lives for each other. So you're going to feel some type of way if that soldier next to you that you got that passed away. But at that particular time in that war that's going on, you don't have time to grieve. And you can't show that because you're showing the weakness at that particular time. Mm-hmm. My personal opinion.
Okay, so, you know, we've had this conversation where in our culture, men, you know, aren't allowed to cry. Mm-hmm. You know, but I've changed my way of thinking, and I feel, you know, a man should be able to let his, you know, to cry and let it out.
No, it's okay for a man to cry. Mm-hmm. It's okay for that. I mean, I think what he's saying is, like, men that's just real sensitive, that's in their feelings all the time, who that can't control their emotions to where they go out and do these devilish acts. Right. So school shootings and stuff like that. Those are the weak-minded men that he's talking about. Mm-hmm. That shows their emotions, that's in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Instead of understanding how to control that emotion, control that feeling, control that mind that you're thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's more
How
what
do
we're talking
you
about.
how do you teach a weak-minded man how to be more stoic?
You had to just be around
and
him.
how to control.
You had to put him around those type of people.
Yeah.
You got to put them around those type of people. He had to be inside that circle so he can see it happen every day. You know, because when we're a creature of habitat, so we adapt to our surroundings. So if you put a person in that surrounding for so long, they adapt to it. They start to, you know what I'm saying?
And why is society weakening men?
I have no idea.
You love me.
Hey, Andrew Tate's one of the most wonderful human beings I've ever met in my life. I hate everything that's going on. Like, love with all my heart. Yeah. Like, I'll die on that mountain with you, bro. Yeah. Let's get on that hill. Where's the sword?
Why is the enemy of the state, so to speak?
He's got the hearts of young men. He's got the hearts of young men.
And that's a threat.
Absolutely.
I feel like men nowadays need an Andrew Tate. He's a guy who's motivating men to be men.
If you cannot control your own mind, then you go through life with zero control, zero influence. You can't control anything. You're just a feather in the wind, waiting for life to blow you from happy place to sad place to happy place to sad place, completely hoping on the gods to be fortunate to you, because if any genuine discomfort comes your way, you're fucked. Because everybody's fucking distracted. They're getting distracted by this, distracted by that, watching fucking Netflix, jerking off the porn.
You know what? Listen, that's real talk, because for some reason this popped up in my mind, right? I remember Brett Favre's dad passed away. The night, or maybe 2 nights before, one of the biggest games of his career. And like Andrew Tate said, it may not have been something he wanted to do, but he knew that was his duty to go out there and still play football. Because he signed a contract, he has an obligation, and this is what he has to do, this is what he signed up for. You know what I mean? So even though his dad passed away, he still went out and had one of the best games that he ever played in his life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Andrew Tate is saying, like, men will go through shit.
Right.
We will go through things. That's the part of life. But as a man, we have to learn how to stay strong between that and still lead the pack. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you don't, everybody who's around you, who's following you, are looking up to you.
It's like, what do we do?
What do we do?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So they look towards you to do that. So I just have to throw that out there, though. Shout out to Brett Favre.
Distracted. They're getting distracted by this, distracted by that, watching fucking Netflix, jerking off the porn. I'm like, fucking jackasses. It's so easy to win if you can control your own mind. But it seems that nobody fucking can. And that's how the people who run the world keep the world running. Because they have all the slaves exactly where they need them to be. Permanently distracted and semi-depressed. Working their asses off in jobs which will never satisfy them and never pay enough money. That's the Matrix.
Hey Andrew, how do I get like a 6-pack quick? What's the fastest way to get a 6-pack?
Why does it have to be quick? Why does it have to be easy? Why do you think life is all quick and easy? Why can't it be hard and difficult? Why can't you suffer? Because suffering is what gives it value. If everyone had a 6-pack and it was quick and easy, then it wouldn't be valuable, would it? If everyone walked around with a 6-pack and they got it easily, then no one would give a shit. The whole point is that it's difficult to get. Value is linked to difficulty. If you want something that's valuable, you need something which is difficult to obtain. The fact that you just said you wanted it quick and easily shows that your whole mental model is fucked. You shouldn't be thinking about quick and easy. You should be thinking about hard, suffering, pain, going through it. That's what you should be thinking about. This is going to be hard, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because when it is done, then everyone's going to know that I went through something difficult. Why do you want it to be quick and easy?
You're right.
You understand how your mind is? Your mind is broken. Your mind is broken. I say that life as a man is exceptionally difficult. I say the most beautiful and the most terrifying thing about being a man is you're born without value. Society doesn't care about you. You're only going to be cared about based on how useful you are. You have the chance to build yourself up and become a superhero if you're prepared to do the hard work and be indefatigable enough to never quit. But if you're going to stand around and wait for a handout, nobody's going to ever respect you. I think that the world's never going to think you're important unless you make yourself important. I think you get to decide what character you want to be in this movie, which is your life. You can decide if you want to be a comedian or a musician or a fighter. You get to decide what you want to be. And if you work hard enough, you can become it. It's the denial that's going to hold you back the most. The people who go, yes, I'm wasting my potential. Those are the ones who have potential. The ones who stand up and go, I am wasting my potential. I could be anything and I am not that yet. They have a chance.
This stream actually, like, I'm pretty sure changed like lives. I swear to God. Like, you changed lives just now.
I hope so.
That dude? I think so.
Aiden Ross, I think.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. He you know, touched on a lot of good points. And you know, I know there's quite a few people out there who don't agree with him. You know what I'm saying? But
no, feminists.
I was just about to say
like
that
him.
feminists don't like him at all. Period. But at the end of the day, that's what the world is missing. You know, we need more masculine men. You know, to protect what's important. You know what I'm saying? Which is your family, your kids, the elderly. You know what I'm saying? The ones who can't defend themselves. You know, those that's why we're here for as men, to protect like that. So I'm definitely 100% behind what he says.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
So
yeah. Yeah.
And I think a lot of women need to just also feminine women need to kind of like just understand what a man's position is in this world.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they need to really understand what a man's position is in this world. Like we're not trying to, like he said, go out there and hurt nobody.
Right.
You know, we're just trying to protect what's most important. You know, and trying to help those who need the help. Just that simple. So I enjoyed that one, man.
I did too.
So, yeah, I enjoyed that. Thumbs up down in the comment section, man. If y'all enjoyed it as much as we did. Thank you for everybody who tuned in to the end of the video.
Yes.
And let's get into some shout outs.
Okay, first shout out goes to Hugh Fuller. What's up, Hugh Fuller?
Hugh Fuller, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed that reaction. Let us know what you thought about it. Comment down below. Come back and join us for some more reactions.
Yes. Second shout out goes to William Barnes. What's up, William Barnes?
William Barnes, what's going on with you, man? Shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed that reaction as well. Let us know what you thought about it. Comment down below.
Yes.
We love you guys,
yes,
man.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Time after time again. We can't thank you enough.
Right.
You know, and we'll catch you guys in the next reaction video, baby.
Yes.
Peace.